Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Goddesspreneur podcast. On this episode, we're going to be talking about creating your own success systems. Oftentimes, we think that success systems are just about our routines in the day, when actually a lot of us entrepreneurs aren't even okay with sticking to routines, and routines aren't the make or break of success. Success is not what we think it is, and that's why a lot of us feel like it's something that's hard to obtain. How many of you have ever felt successful at one point and felt unsuccessful at another point later and then felt successful again? That's because success is a mindset. And when we're not looking at success like a mindset, we allow so many different things to change our mind. Once you decide to be successful, you gotta decide that you're not changing your mind and that you're gonna actually be successful and maintain your success. No matter what's projected onto you, no matter what responsibilities or what life throws at you, what obstacles come your way, you have to understand that you are successful, even when you're going through a period of failure. Nobody who has ever succeeded doesn't really understand failure first. Even if it wasn't a part of their journey, it may have or most likely been a part of the journey of someone who mentored them or taught them, and that prevented them from having those same failures. But failure isn't something that we can eliminate. It's not something that doesn't happen. It happens to the best of the best. And the pivotal part in entrepreneurship that shapes the truly successful into the super successful is that point where it gets so hard that you don't know how you're going to continue to keep going, and you keep going. So this episode is about creating those systems that keep you going and keep you successful. And no, it's not just about waking up at 5 a.m. and going to the gym and spending your time around the right people. It's a lot deeper than that. Sometimes we often project our greatness onto everybody. We're trying not to play small and we're trying to elevate, but we don't realize that we're wasting our time. We're wasting everybody's time. You need to set boundaries and set standards that are reflective of your highest self. The people that you're talking about your goals with need to be the people that actually, impact your goals or have the credibility to have been where you're trying to go or are where you're trying to go. You see what I'm saying? If you're spending so much time talking to your drinking buddy about your business goals, you could just be wasting the both of you guys' time, because that's not what they came here for, and that's not what they're going to do, because that's not the mode that they're in, that's not the time that they are in their life, and it's just a clash. Like I said, don't waste yours or anyone else's time, because a vision is something that you have. These are your eyes. If you were sitting across from me, you would see me. I'm sitting across from you, so I would see you. We all have different perspectives, okay? So don't feel guilty about how people react to how you set these boundaries and how you set these standards for your highest self. Whoever doesn't rise to them, they're going to start to fall out of your life, and that's okay. We can't accept what we used to when we were vibrating at a lower frequency. We can't accept and internalize the things that we used to internalize when we were vibrating at a lower version than the person that we are now and the person that we're trying to become. And that's just honestly standing on business, you guys. The people that you feel like you're hurting are going to understand as long as you keep going. If you give up on yourself, then all of this was for nothing. But as long as you keep going, then what's understood doesn't have to be explained. You don't owe anybody any explanations to pivot and become the best version of yourself. And sometimes that can be the thing that holds us back. You worried about what other people are going to think of you. You're worried about how other people are going to perceive you stepping into this highest version of yourself. Like, oh, they know me and they know where I've been. Okay, well, show them where we're capable of going. That's how real leaders lead, you know? So they're going to see the life changes. You got to take some time with yourself and the people who actually impact your goals, like I said. And then you got to see what it's going to take to get you guys the rest of the way. Then we can plan our lives around that, but making a road without making a map, without knowing the roads, is some super impossible-ish, like you got to study. Okay, success systems, the main success system is studying. Okay, you gotta become specialized at your knowledge, and that don't mean you gotta sit down and go to school. That means that you can just simply start another account and follow 10 pages that teach you things about things in your industry. You can say, okay, every day I'm going to watch a new docu-series or something that's reflective of something that I need to know. Okay, everything that we consume doesn't everything that we consume needs to start being more intentional. If we're trying to be more intentional, then the things that we consume needs to be more intentional. Especially the next part, which is self-care. Self-care is more than a face mask. It's more than going shopping. Self-care is what really makes you better at doing what you need to do. Is you spending time with your family? Is you spending time with yourself? Is you spending time in the bed? Is you spending time on the beach? Whatever it is that you can invest your time into that brings you back a better operational self, then that's what you need to be doing for self-care. And that looks different for everybody. But yes, you can be inspired of forms of self-care from other people. One of the most inspirational forms of self-care that I see other people do is yoga. And I'm working my way to, staying consistent in yoga. But anything that you do that really fuels you, make sure that you start doing that consistency. Because like I can tell you, my body suffers chronically from missing yoga. I used to be so flexible. From these times sitting here on this computer, I don't balance too often well with doing my yoga, and my back says it, so like I said, pour into you so that you can pour into the things that you need to do. Moving your body is one of those things about pouring into yourself. Sometimes you need to move your body to another place. Like sometimes you need to see something you never saw. You need to travel a road that you never traveled. You need to experience a culture that you've never experienced to really open your eyes to another creative experience, to unlock another level of yourself. So like I said, yeah, just do what you know makes you better. And those are more important success systems to me than just scheduling down what you need to do each day. Because a lot of us can forget what we need to do each day. But when we have a set schedule in our hearts and ourselves that's a part of who we are, we tend to stick to that more. You tend to stick to your morals more than you stick to, let's say, a new diet regimen. So if you make these certain practices actually become a part of who you are and not just a phase or an aspect of your lifestyle, then the more than these systems will work for you and your success, I believe. So with that said, I thank you guys for stopping with me on this episode of the Goddesspreneur podcast. On the last episode, we talked with my girl Latoya about visionary energy, protecting your goals and your mindset from people who project their fears and their experiences onto you, being faithful and enduring to your creativity, and just standing out and being that influence that once influenced you. Because if you can be the change that you want to see in the world, then you're manifesting on the right track. Like I said, it's about manifesting the person who has, not necessarily the thing that you want to have. So, like, share, and subscribe with someone else who's on their entrepreneurial journey, because we're elevating and we're growing together. And I appreciate you guys for stopping with me on the third episode. Like I said, we're going to meet here every Sunday. The next episode, we're going to be talking about the enemy of a lot of entrepreneurs: consistency. Between all of the different obstacles and the day-to-day life, entrepreneurship is not for the weak. And I don't blame anybody for being consistent. But this year, we're really showing up for ourselves. And I need you to make sure that you show up here every Sunday at 11 a.m. because I'm giving you the guide and the resources to elevate with me, build a better brand, to show up for yourself. Isn't a podcast, actually. It's a guide, and it's about becoming your best self as an entrepreneur in 2025. So I appreciate you guys for coming. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe, especially with somebody that you want to see win, an entrepreneur that you feel needs guidance, or even somebody that you really see that's killing it, that just needs a constant reminder, like, you're killing it. Like, that's what we're here for. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys next Sunday on the Goddesspreneur podcast.